we can get a little love to Still Nation.
Hey guys,
Zach says shout out.
Love this channel.
To Still Nation.
Stay tuned.
I am a FIFA caffeine. Coffee gotta have some cream. Fetch a hazel beef for me while I listen to this king. Still a Mikey be the team. Subscribe to Syllab do Ink. Wiki City magazine. Tell me what's behind the scenes. The other side of the ravine. Is it obscene or is it obscure? I am not sure. The rich is the rich off the poor. That ain't no doubt to my core. We just keep asking for more. They keep supplying, demand is the store. As long as it makes it to shore, I know for sure. They'll just keep on making more. Well, almost treasure that piece. I have been transformed into corporate Hollywood tour.
Welcome to the Sil Abdul podcast. I am Sil Abdul. This is, of course, the Wednesday crew, where I gather just some of my favorite nerds online. We bring them together on Wednesday to talk this geek stuff, where we give informative and objective analysis of the geek culture, film, and entertainment. I come back from Comic-Con a changed man. No, but it's exciting times for the genre. It really is. And I'm really glad I started this up with this crew because we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about across the board. Much love to Soul Nation in the chat. I see Shin, Maria, Kino was good. Real talk. What's up, Carlos? That's my sports partner right there. Night Views, get familiar. Soul Nation Sports, link in the description. All right. We got Jules. We'll talk to her in a moment. I ain't gonna highlight Jules. Jovic, Lucky Dog. What's good, Lucky Dog? You one of those new people. Appreciate you. You ball though. We got some of Danny's crew, I believe, jumping over here as well. Music City Soul. We got Speedy, Fernando. I mentioned Danny already. Isaac was first. Shout out to Isaac in the chat. We are broadcasting this on obviously YouTube for the podcast channel. We're on X Twitter, and we expanded and we added the Facebook pages as well too. We're all over the place, and then we're on Danny's channel, Comics and Everything, YouTube, Twitter, and Speedy's Multiverse on Facebook. I think that's YouTube as well too. I think so. Yeah. Not if it. That's true. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we're everywhere. All right, so we're gonna get started here again. Much love to everybody in the chat. Let me jump to my commercials real quick because we gotta get the crew on here. You know, these guys, they get paid per minute, so I gotta hurry up and go to my stuff here. Join the Patreon to support the platform, expanded coverage. I got my reactions to the exclusive Marvel footage. I'm doing a couple of those videos on my Patreon, breaking down a lot of stuff. Really having a lot of fun with that, with the Patrons. Stuff that I don't get a chance to do on my live streams as much. So links in the description for that. Members direct videos for the YouTube members and exclusive badges. Members only chats. Level 2, we brought back Scoop Center for level 2. I did a Scoop Center 2 weeks before Deadpool Wolverine. And I came back, I got like 4 out of 5 scoops right. So I fired the source that was wrong on one of those. Right? I fired them, but it was really cool. Members, now all members can catch the Archive Scoop Center because stuff got confirmed. So that was really fun. More of that to come. Also, watch parties. More on that in just a moment. Directly support the platform via any form of payment. Stream Elements link will scroll through the chat, pinned in the live comments as well. With these Stream Elements, I'm learning, depending on your browser, it may not work sometimes. So you may have to use a different browser. If you don't want to go through all the effort, I understand. Super chats are live only through YouTube. Super thanks for the replay crew. All right. One quick thing before I get my peoples on the panel. I was speaking of watch parties. So let me bring this up real quick. Most people know I have my second channel, the Clips channel, which is kind of turned into a DC Studios channel. I don't know, you kind of just go with what the people want. And with that, I put memberships live on a second channel as well. But I don't want to disclude anyone from this channel that are members. So level 2 members and above from this channel, you'll be able to access the watch parties for that channel is basically DC related. So Cape Crusader tomorrow goes live. I don't know what time on Amazon Prime, but we're gonna do a watch party. Just join in. We have ways, and we're gonna do a watch party. We're gonna check it out together, commentate it together, and I'll do breakdown videos likely on the second channel about this. So just to make that clear, if you're a member of the second channel, that is great. That is appreciated, and you have a few perks. It's more like DC, a lot of the gun stuff as well. If you're level 2 members over here, you may not get all the perks from the second channel, but you will be able to join the watch party. So I just want to make that very clear what that means. We'll leave no child behind. But let's go ahead and get the Wednesday crew on the panel. I think I got all my commercials out of the way. Let's first get my my twin sister sibling that I constantly fight with, Danny. The panel was good.
It's not constant. We don't fight that much. We don't disagree that much.
I feel like we do. But, yeah, okay, yeah, no, we don't. We just disagreed on that. See, proof that we fight.
Should I have just said, "You're right"?
I'm not. I feel like that's bait, so I'm gonna get Speedy on the panel.
Hey,
for the
what's happening, everybody? What's going on?
Good. All
He
right,
didn't
all
want
right.
to bring Jules on immediately because he's a coward.
Oh man,
Oh.
see, there we go. See, we don't fight all the time. We don't fight all the time.
No.
Speaking of Jules, let's get Jules on there. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Let's not forget that Sil officially owes Danny $50.
50.
And
why?
And
But
why? Is
what
that?
did I miss? I missed that.
Because
You got to tell the whole story.
Yeah,
please.
it's news
because
to me.
Deadpool is hitting $1 billion this week.
Yep.
Man,
Is
I said that was gonna happen. How come I don't got no money down on this?
Because
Well, what's
Pretty
split
much
it?
down.
we did a stream. We did a stream on my
Mhm.
channel while he was in San Diego.
Okay.
And I said, I'll put money on it. He'll make $1 billion his first week in the theater. And he said, okay. I say by the 12th. And then it just came out. By next week, it will pass $1 billion.
Wow.
Well, look, so we have video of this, Danny, right? I just want
Yeah, we do.
want to make sure you know. Now, you said by the second weekend, which will be this weekend.
By this weekend.
Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure we. Yeah, I know you got your lawyer Jules here, so I just want to make sure.
Oh,
And yes,
that's-
I do. She is my
I
lawyer.
feel like I'm in the middle here. Oh my goodness.
I just want to make sure it's clear.
All of our chats are the witness now.
No,
So-
I'm just saying,
Stop the count.
we're talking about this weekend.
Yeah, she
That's what
said
we're
it's
talking about, right? Okay, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure.
You
we're
have
on
until
the same page.
Sunday. Sunday is the official cutoff. Sunday at 11:59.
Yeah, I'm good. I
PM.
like these odds.
Yeah. Yep.
It's going to be like $1 under $1 billion Sunday, and it's going to cross like $5 Tuesday next week. I'm just saying. Shout out to Keno. Yeah, deny everything.
That's enough,
Thank you.
Keno. That's enough, Keno.
shout out to Keno. It's a lot of you in the chat. What's good? I'm just saying we got video footage. So yes, I did say it's going to take more than that second weekend to make $1 billion.
You said
I'm
till the
going off
12th.
of
You said
what
the 12th.
I didn't say 12. Again, it's
Yes,
no
you
video.
did.
I said it would
Hold
take
on.
the
I think
third weekend.
we need to go back to the tape, guys.
Yeah, it's all on video. It's all on video.
Okay.
I don't have to explain anything.
Set it
But I was
up,
going
Danny.
off the Top Gun Maverick model. That's what I was going off
okay.
of.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
See, y'all see like 5 minutes ago. Oh, still me, you don't fight. We don't fight about nothing.
I didn't say that. You are changing my words. You are changing my
I'm
words.
just saying. Hey, that's why I introduced it the way I did, y'all. Like, okay. Anyway, Andy Gonzalez in the chat was good. Yo, let's get into these topics because so I can get out of this conversation. We're going to start because really, I mean, the big thing like I said, my threshold of spoilers, it always ends, just so people know. When these films come out, I do try to wait the weekends for people to see it. I give you to about $5 Tuesday, like the next week, to probably Monday at times, to watch these films. And then I'm all out spoiling at this point. So that's where we're at right now.
So because there's some people, some YouTube channels are like next day.
Oh yeah, some channels they spoil the night of, like
the
Thursday.
Night of, they're like,
right.
We put spoilers on it. If you don't want to hear it, just come back.
I waited till last night. That is some kind of record for me.
Yeah, I waited till Monday because I just couldn't hold it anymore. Because Wesley Snipes, I'm saying spoilers, it's full spoilers, right? It's full spoilers.
Full spoilers, guys. Okay, you have plenty of time. It's Wednesday.
That man totally dissed that dude that played Blade on Spike TV. Like totally, there's only been one. It's only ever going to be one.
Let's start with Danny. Just standouts. I know you did a whole stream about this. I did my stream about it. Again, I want to get y'all thoughts on just what you thought of the film, some standouts. Just a few points because we're going to get everybody's thoughts. But starting with you, Danny, just Deadpool Wolverine. Yes, it was freaking awesome. Yes, it's worth the price of admission. I have it not quite S tier. Like when I say S tier Marvel, I'm talking about Infinity War, Winter Soldier, first Iron Man. Like that's like some of the greatest Marvel ever. That is the greatest Marvel ever films. Deadpool Wolverine, the only knock I have against it, as awesome as it is, it ran a little long with the Wolverine Deadpool fights. Like I think that second fight was a little too much in the car. It's like, bro, like we saw y'all fight. I like the first fight, but you're gonna have a chance in just a moment, Danny, because we don't fight at all, right? But
did he not chat? Did he not just say we're gonna start with you, Danny?
Right, this is my setup.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm long-winded, Danny. All right, so you know this by now. We were like born together. No, I'm saying. But so with we're like Charles and Cassandra. Okay, no. But so I think it ran a little long. It ran a little long with those interactions. That's really the only criticism I had. Also, too, the Cassandra Nova parts, fittingly, it felt a little long when she was in her head. It just felt like a little long. That's the only knocks I have against this film. Pure awesomeness. I can't put it Infinity War level. It's definitely better than most other Marvel films. Danny, your thoughts?
10 out of 10. I think you're full of shit on all points. There's no way. This movie was phenomenal. This was the most intense nerdgasm I've ever had in my entire life. It was absolutely awesome. Listen, let me tell you something. Gambit on the X-Men, and y'all already know this. Jules especially knows this.
Gambit?
But Gambit on the X-Men animated series was like a huge crush of mine. And let's face it, Channing Tatum, just what did Deadpool call him? Succulent piece of man. Yes, he's quite good looking. And he's from New Orleans. This character is very important to him. We've all watched him try to get the Gambit movie made for so long, unsuccessfully. God bless him. And did you guys read the tweet he put out? It was very emotional, thanking Ryan Reynolds for.
Ryan fought for him, right?
He did. Yep.
Yeah.
He said there's been no one in Hollywood who has fought for him harder than Ryan Reynolds. And so he finally gets the opportunity to play this character that is so close to his heart. And he freaking nailed it. The moves. I mean, you damn right with the flamethrower. The costume was perfectly comic accurate. The costume perfectly comic accurate. And you know what? It didn't even seem silly. It just worked, because if you really think about it, Gambit's costume is silly. It's a silly costume, but for some reason it absolutely worked. He deals the cards and they go boom, and he looked good while doing it.
interject just for a second. Like I do feel, like I said, I love this cameo. Yes, Channing Tatum is wonderful. We'll talk about my favorite cameo in just a moment, but it like a whole movie of this and the accent, it would have been probably too much. I don't know, right? This is a nice cameo for Channing Tatum, and again, it's all about the cards, like you said, going boom. So I mean, like I said, it was very effective. Yeah. Channing Tatum for sure.
I felt like, there seems to be like just a small bit of disagreement about his accent in the chat, but that is what that all one word, okay, all one word. That's called Kunas. That's what it's called. That's what he did, and it was.
And what's cool? What's cool, Danny? And Ryan Reynolds like built that into like a joke in the film. So let me say this: like Reynolds, this is a comedy. This film,
one of my subscribers,
is freaking hilarious. Go ahead, Danny.
One of my subscribers put the joke in the chat.
Yeah. I mean, it's hilarious because I'm thinking, man, this accent's a little much. Like, it's cool seeing him, but Ryan Reynolds played into it, which was great.
The plot of the movie itself was super meta, and I'm here for it because you get Jennifer Garner, Wesley Snipes, Daphne Keane, and Channing Tatum all there, and they're like, we get our ending, we get our legacy.
Yeah.
Yes, baby, you do. They got to come back, prove their worth. Jennifer Garner, yes, girl. Yes,
that was great seeing
she
her.
looks amazing.
She still looks great. Yeah.
The Daredevil joke, it's fine. It's fine.
And what did Ryan Reynolds say? Like, it wasn't the same after the divorce.
Well, that was Wolverine's figure talking about Hugh Jackman's divorce, and then they're talking about how Daredevil died, and he's like, I'm so sorry. And Jennifer Garner goes, it's fine. No big deal.
The jokes were insane. Like, it's the funniest like CBM ever. Like, it really is.
It was amazing, and it was this absolutely beautiful, hilarious, mean, well thought out love letter to the fans, to the Fox universe, and the people who made the Fox universe. That tribute in the credits got me emotional. I'm looking up there.
Awesome.
I'm remembering all the times I saw these movies, how I took my newborn baby to see X-Men in theaters. Like, that was not a good decision I made, but still it happened. Yeah. And then not only that, my very good friend and business partner is the one who did the makeup and the special effects on the McAvoy X-Men movies. So then his work gets shown, and it was just like, I have to tell the people. I have to run through the streets like a town crier. Go see Deadpool, Wolverine.
Oh yeah,
everybody,
and everyone's watching, and that's what's great. I mean, the numbers as we are opening argument, it's already past 500 million. They anticipate it could. Talking about global box office, it could possibly threaten $1 billion by this weekend. Insane. We'll see if I win. I usually win. I don't lose. This point here, and we'll get Speedy's thoughts as well. Real Talk saying the full accent of Gambit. Again, this is not me dissing Gambit. I just want to make it clear to Danny. I'm not dissing Gambit. I'm just saying it was a little much. Like, you can't say you understood everything that man was saying. But
have you seen the animated series? Have you heard Gambit in the animated series?
This was extra compared to the animated series. Danny.
That was a real dude, really from New Orleans.
And that's cool. I'm saying the animated series was fine. I understood that, man. Channing Tatum, it was so, and that's what Ryan Reynolds was saying. Like, bro, what the fuck are you saying? That's what we got in the film, and it worked. It worked, right? But Speedy, first off, if you want to address this question, as far as
I agree with everyone's takes. I agree with everyone's takes.
You can't do that. You can't do that, Speedy.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I don't want to. Why extend the show longer than it actually needs to be?
Hold on.
Diddle. I'll just tell you what I didn't like. Okay, how about that?
Well, your thoughts with Gambit, and then your thoughts overall with the film.
Gambit, I liked it when he first came out. I was like, oh man, they did it. But then I started looking at it and I was like, oh man, I wish he would have slimmed down a little bit because then it would look cooler.
He does have a
But
puffy
you know,
face.
he's a diesel guy, man. You know, it's hard to like,
thirsty
oh,
ass.
lose muscle mass for his role.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
leave my thick king
Yeah, he's fine.
alone.
Yeah.
You leave my thick king
And it was
alone.
literally a
Stays
split
thirsty.
second. Like, oh man, he's a little bit too diesel to begin with. But it was literally a split second. I was like, nah, it's great though.
He looked good. He looked
Yeah,
like
he
I
looked
said.
good.
I mean, it's some cool shots. It really was some cool shots.
And the action and his action time to shine in in the final battle. It was
He
great,
killed it in
beautiful,
that
awesome.
third
I
act.
loved
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Probably the best.
Yeah.
In that moment, like when they're fighting, Cassandra Nova's goons or whatever, Gambit had the best moment, I think, in that moment. But
There's only one scene in Deadpool that I did not like, and only because I feel like it was explained with a throwaway line, and then when all the Deadpool variants come out, it's like, okay, are they gonna help Deadpool? No, they're trying to kill him. Why? But I guess there was a throwaway line from Cassandra Nova that said, "Oh, I have a squad or something like that, or backup coming." And I guess I didn't catch that in the actual movie theater. So when they came out, I was like, well, why are they trying to kill Deadpool? Aren't they a bunch of Deadpools? You know what I mean? Doesn't make no sense.
Because
To me, because I missed that throwaway line. You know?
well,
so,
and all
They're mercenaries.
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
So,
That's what I was
like,
gonna
we
say.
hired them, I
Yeah.
guess.
I guess.
I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
yeah,
Plot
that's what
armored
it
to have
That
a fight.
went on a little long.
You know,
But it was cool.
but it was cool.
But overall, Speedy, what did you like from the film?
I liked I liked everything, man. All him going to all the different Wolverines in the multiverse, trying to find a Wolverine to keep his universe anchored. And I loved it, man. I loved all the
like
jokes,
Calvary.
all the jokes.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, if you really think that Henry Cavill's not going to be our official MCU Wolverine probably in the future,
Bruh.
I'd put money on that.
So,
Yeah, I
so
would too.
look on this. This is ridiculous.
He looks
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
He even has the crazy eyes
Amazing.
going on.
Yes.
And the voice. See, there go Drew.
Oh, the voice is
the voice was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my
And the-
bro.
The beginning,
And
from the opening of the credits to the end of the movie, no matter what you think about the plot, you were engaged.
Yes.
Yeah.
Comedy,
For sure.
action, moving
The
forward.
opening scene,
all
probably
the,
the best
all the-
opening ever.
Yeah, all the
Bye,
cameos,
bye.
everything.
How big that opening was and how big this film is.
Mhm.
If you go to the official Bye 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 YouTube video, they say this is an official video. It says this is the song.
Yeah.
Wolverine. It's like in the title now.
Yeah.
They're like,
Don't
that's how
forget,
big
I
that
was
song
I was
again.
listening to it yesterday and I saw if they changed the title, I was like, what the hell?
Crazy.
You know,
and let's effing go is so ironically their theme song and
Yes.
their the slogan for the movie, because this movie is literally Kevin Feige saying, hey, I know we tried some things, some things hit, some things didn't, we had to shake it up a little bit things, but you know what, I hooked up with my man Ryan Reynolds, and here you go, MCU
It was
fans.
a gift. It was
Yes.
a geek
Here you go,
gift
MCU fans and Fox
to us
fans
all.
and fans of the old
Yes.
Fox stuff that we're referencing in this movie.
For sure, for
and,
sure.
And some surprises and some spice and everything nice. And there you go.
And Deadpool
give
fans
us the Billy.
hardcore.
Give us the Billy is what
over-
Kevin said.
o-
Give us the
over
Billy.
the week. Over the weekend,
Yeah.
this past weekend, I was around a lot of hardcore Deadpool fans, and
Mhm.
that's like they took care of their boy. Like this film is a perfect trilogy, for them as Deadpool fans as well. So it satisfied everyone, and I know this picture is really satisfying. Jules, your thoughts on the film
Yeah.
overall?
I mean, I'm a fan of the Deadpool franchise, but this one, wow, it's beyond words. I mean, it's like you guys said, it's a love letter to the fans. It's a love letter to the old Fox universe. And it really, like, I'm there with Danny. Like, it did kind of make me emotional, not where I'm going to be crying, but it just kind of made me think back to like, wow, we really saw this from the beginning, from the advent of the comic book genre, right? From Blade to X-Men to Spider-Man, etc. And it just like, we sat through so many bad films and supported them just because we wanted to see this turn into a real genre and to be taken seriously, to the point now, look where we are. We had Oscar-nominated, Oscar-winning comic book movies, which you would have never ever thought about 20 years ago.
Right.
No
Possibility.
Yeah.
It was also a love letter to Gen X and millennials. I mean, we have music from NSYNC, Avril Lavigne. There was a couple of 80s songs in there. Like, it was perfectly done. It was just something almost for everybody. You felt good watching it, and it paid off at the end. It was amazing. I loved it. The cameos, and I'm so glad. Just going back to Gambit, I'm so glad nobody's like spoiled that one for me, because I remember when that movie got announced, and I was even I'm a Channing Tatum fan. I don't think he's a great actor, but he's a cool guy. And when he was first announced to be Gambit, I was like, I don't know if he has the acting chops. He kept saying that he had the accent down pat, and he's from New Orleans, so I was like, watching this, I was like, oh shit, like he does have the accent. Like, okay, he pulled that off.
I'm glad I didn't spoil that for you, Jules, because like once in a while I contact Jules and like I was talking about the film. I was like, I don't want to spoil this for you, Jules. Like you gotta experience this for yourself.
No, Gambit was the only real surprise for me. Like, I knew about Cavill. I told everybody Blade was going to be in it. I just had a feeling, and people were acting like it's impossible because he didn't have a relationship with Ryan Reynolds. But boom, I was right. But Gambit, just knowing his journey and seeing him there was just such a shock. And then he was also wearing like traditional costume too, which was also amazing. I mean, sure, like the costume wasn't perfect. His hair could have been better, whatever. But, it's a small cameo, 15 minutes of screen time. I'll take it. It was amazing.
It worked.
They're great.
It was effective.
He's a dancer, so I'm assuming he did a lot of those moves himself, all the flipping and all that.
All the wire work.
The stunts. Yeah.
And, speaking of the Wesley Snipes thing, I did say I died on that hill. He's not showing up. They hate each other. And I was proven wrong. I gasped so hard when he came walking into that cave. I gave myself pleurisy. And my lungs hurt for 2 days.
F out when this man walked out and the track playing. I was like, bro, it's over. This is amazing.
Did you see the interview he did where he flat out said that he has trolled us? Him and Ryan Reynolds have trolled us for 20 years. They have been friends this whole time. I was like, oh my God.
Do we believe that though? Or is he just saying that now?
I don't entirely believe
this man. This is how big this was. Like, first off, Wesley Snipes, that's, when Blade came out, I think it was 1998 after the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films. I wasn't supposed to watch it when I did. My parents didn't want me watching it. And I was like, bro, this is amazing. Like Blade, the first film opens up with a blood shower and all that crap going on. And like, he is so entrenched in like CDM history. To see him get his flowers now is amazing.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes. And now I want to cancel Mahershala Ali's movie now. I want Wesley Snipes.
Leave my Mahershala.
Cancel Mahershala. There's only one Blade. There only ever will be one.
Alone. And
which is the greatest joke.
Can we just cross our fingers that Wesley pays his taxes this time?
Oh my God.
See? Cap. The greatest joke in the film was when he said there was only one. There's only ever going to be one Blade. And Ryan Reynolds looked at the camera and he's like, basically, who's going to tell him?
Somebody tell him? I don't know.
Are you going to put a picture of Toby up? Because poor Toby got dissed in the biggest movie ever. That poor guy worked his butt off on Spike TV for years, and he gets dissed in a $1 billion movie.
Come on, Sticky Fingers.
Will actually last a couple seasons too.
Yeah,
I don't know. Who knows? No one watched it.
It lasted like 3 or 4
I don't know how it lasted that long.
There's only one Blade.
I'm gonna look it up.
There's only one Blade, and he brought back the iconic weapons
as Blade. But I mean, he did look like his body looked older, right, in those scenes. So
the
cap is unreal.
A whole new movie.
This is the case. Listen, this was a case.
Destroys Toad.
Yeah, and that is not Ray Park. I don't care what they say. They made sure very carefully not to do zoom-ins on his face. Ray Park,
no one cared.
And they credited him in the credits that's Ray
They
Park.
use his likeness.
Listen, if you check out Ray Park's Instagram, you will realize why they did that.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, hey, he got a check from it, so I really don't care.
I want to know.
I didn't go there to see Toad.
Yeah.
Oh, so that Blade series actually only lasted one season. We was
Well, I
wrong.
wonder why, Danny.
I never watched an episode. I only watched
Exactly.
ITV for
So
1,000 Reasons to Die.
how you
1,000 Ways
write
to
it?
Die.
I tried
I
watching
felt like
the first episode.
I liked it when it first came out, but it wasn't good enough.
How are you riding for it, Danny, if you didn't even watch an episode of it? Like it
Just
was,
act like it never
that's
existed.
why.
I'm just,
That's
hey,
why one says
excuse
only
me.
one.
I am just writing for the truth. Okay, the truth.
Spike
And the
TV
truth is,
content.
technically speaking, another man played Blade, and that
And it
was
doesn't matter.
It
That's
does
what
not.
Wesley was saying. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But no, definitely Wesley was everything. Like when again, I was loving the film up to that point, but when he stepped in, it was a wrap for me. I was like, this is like one of the greatest CBMs ever. Now they snuck in another cameo on us, which that was pretty ballsy.
Mhm.
Bringing Chris Evans
That was
back out there.
I don't know
What
what
do you
happened
do-
to Chris
what do you
Evans,
think with
but someone tell my boy to go back to the gym. Like, I mean,
When
Nah, he not Cap no more.
See, when he first popped up, I knew right away. I said he's gonna be Human Torch because look how
Yeah.
skinny he is.
Yeah, he had to be. He had to be. It was cool. It was effective. And I think this is where they want to do that whole subvert expectations thing. As I said before on different tweets and videos, that this film, Deadpool Wolverine, figured out how to do the cameo moments better than Multiverse of Madness, which pissed off everyone. With the
Well,
well,
Illuminati.
definitely was just poorly executed. I'm sorry. But.
Yeah,
There
poor
were-
execution.
Look, listen. The thing with Multiverse of Madness, one, there wasn't a whole lot of multiverse
Mhm.
in the madness, and two,
Like
it was most definitely a Sam Raimi film. And if you're not a fan of Sam Raimi films, you're gonna hate it.
Yeah,
Plain
his
and simple.
style is
Oh,
just
yeah, for sure.
outdated.
It's very different.
It's just very corny. I'm sorry.
That's right. He did fight Azazel too. Blade was like, I said, Gambit had the
Azazel-
best moment in that
Listen,
fight.
am I
Well,
the
Blade
only
was-
one who is super excited about Azazel showing up?
I was kind of
Yes,
excited.
yes,
I
you're the
was
only
like,
one. No, you're the only one. You're the only one. You're the only one. You want to see Toad, right? You want to see Ray Park.
I was
It's all
surprised
good.
for having
It's
such
Josh.
a
Josh, I gotta say, your face is all over my channel right now. So
Whatever. Okay.
when
But,
your footage from Hall H.
Oh yeah. Because it was an instinct moment. We'll revisit that in just a moment. Because it was very like instinctual when that happened. Like shout out to Josh. He helped me get into Hall H, so forever indebted. So Chris Evans, that was cool, right? And I think Danny,
Yeah.
do you think this kind of guarantees this man's going to come back and reprise something for Secret Wars? Like,
Oh yeah,
has
I
to.
think
Yeah.
think he's going to be Hydra Cap. I'll put money on it. I think he's going to come back as Hydra Cap, and I really think that after credit scene where he's running down that litany saying how Cassandra can lick his cinnamon ring. I really think he was waiting for that moment. He's been such this Boy Scout,
right? Language.
Yeah.
Right? He just
felt
was
all those
waiting.
words that he said.
He loved it. He loved every second of it, and you can just feel the entire production crew and cast dying laughing while he's doing it. You could just feel it. You know they were losing it.
You felt something was off before the Human Torch reveal. He called Pyro Dick for Brains. I was like,
Yes!
okay.
Deadpool was like, wait, what? We don't know this guy.
Wait a minute. But while Deadpool was like spooning him while standing up. But like, so that was hilarious, you know.
And that was one thing. Okay. So I will say this is my one criticism-ish of the film. Is when I know, right? When he said flame on and shot up in the sky and then shot flames at the flame controlling
the one person, right.
Like that's so dumb. And then he falls. No, he didn't. And then he fell from the sky, cracked his nuts, and then his head a couple times, and I laughed so hard.
He should have been dead right there. Like, because the way he hit his head.
Yeah, since when does the Human Torch is impervious to like stuff like that?
He
to snapping his neck, right? And having his brain impaled.
He doesn't have like super strength or anything to withstand.
But again, the comedic tone, like the cartoon nature of this film, which works, it fit, right? It didn't feel like, oh, this is so left field. It's like, okay.
It fit.
It's kind of, because as soon as that happens, he cracks his head and falls down, and after busting his balls, Wolverine's like, we don't know this guy. it was like perfect comedic timing, you know. So I was like, it worked. It worked, you know.
Like, never mind. We don't know him. Sorry.
But as
Our
far
mistake.
as the Hydra Cap, that is a scoop that's been out there, Danny, actually, and that may pay off. Now we got RDJ. We'll talk about RDJ in a moment. Evil Cap will definitely work if they're subverting, you know, the roles here. So cool stuff with that. A few more things I want to touch on before we move on. Well, we got plenty actually to touch on with this film, but I got to talk about the disturbingness of Cassandra Nova's grabbing people
straight out of the comics.
I thought it was
Straight out of the comics.
I loved it.
Yeah, what'd you think about that, Jewel? That was very disturbing to me.
It was disturbing, but at the same time, I absolutely loved it. It's very hard to find like a badass female villain. Like Marvel has tried doing it, but they've, you know, floundered on that plenty of times. But Cassandra Nova, I know you're not a big fan still, as you said earlier, but I thought she hit it out of the park. Like she wasn't intimidating, but she was like badass enough. Whereas like, you know, I don't want to mess with her, right? Like she can mess some stuff up.
Yeah.
There
was a potential there for her to be a little bit too OP. You know?
She was,
and they seemed she wasn't. You know, I guess in the execution of her powers, really, and the whole plot. But there was an opportunity there for them to go. There's no chance, you know, against her at all. Period. You know.
Right.
You know
right.
I mean? Yeah.
And I didn't like how they
while I was watching the movie, I was afraid of that. I was like, oh, are they gonna OP her? And then it's like like a complete Hail Mary is what does it. But then, you know, after the whole at the end of the movie, it's like, okay, it was good.
It executed that scene. That was probably one of Hugh Jackman's best scenes in the film when they get the Juggernaut helmet on her to dampen her powers, and she gets shot by Pyro, right? And so Hugh Jackman, that was a great line delivery talking about like what Charles would do.
Yeah, he would rip apart universes trying to find you. You know.
Yeah, exactly. That was a great moment right there, actually. And so it worked for me.
Those 7 years that Hugh Jackman took off from acting to be on Broadway, I feel like that definitely paid off in this movie because he delivered all of his lines with such intensity.
Absolutely.
It was so good.
You know, that scene in the car when he goes on about God's greatest joke is that you'll never die, but it's on us. Dave and you know Dave doesn't care about this stuff at all. He just suffers me gladly. But he goes, that is better acting than deserves to be in this film. That is his best acting ever. But for him to like the way he punched the roof, and he was like,
how he got all red.
Yes,
through the roof.
And he was feeling it.
Yeah,
it didn't feel out of place because like he had some great line delivery even in the car when he was basically telling Deadpool, "You a joke, dude." Like he had some great line deliveries, but it didn't feel out of place because this film is a cartoon come to life. It's great.
Yeah, pretty much.
He didn't want like too serious acting, but he, you know, Hugh Jackman's like, you know,
amazing. And can we all agree, like when he put that mask on, when they did the kill box and they jump out of the bus, and they land on the ground. See, I'm not even talking about this part, but I'm talking about the scene where he's on the ground and he's got that scowl. Not even this one. It's when he's that on the left when he's got that scowl on his face with the mask. This is the best Hugh Jackman has ever been, ever looked as Wolverine.
This is a comic come to life.
I got in my car after the movie and screamed from excitement because look at how amazing that looks. His face this would have shut everyone up 25 years ago when they started complaining that he was too handsome and too tall, because look at that face. That is Wolverine's face.
All the way. Great moment, like you mentioned, just to rewind for a second. This is when the Deadpool Corps show up, right?
Oh, look, it's Blake Lively, just like I said.
you got Blake Lively. I'm sure a lot of people said that before you, Danny. And so Blake Lively, you got Matthew McConaughey playing.
And that baby pool is
hilarious.
That is Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's youngest son.
I love that moment with Baby Pool.
They put both their kids in this movie.
Because they wrecked through the whole core, right? And so the babysitter laughing like, you idiot, they about to regenerate. Like, that was hilarious, man. I was like, that was a good moment. But yeah, he masked up and just wrecks shop. And this shot here, I was like, take triple my money.
Yeah.
I want this for 24 years. Just him posing.
And you know what? I'm fairly certain that we all totally forgot about the mask until he pulled it on. We're like, oh my God, yes!
That's a testament to how good this movie was, Danny,
Yeah.
because like we knew the mask was supposed to come, right? But I didn't even think of it until the moment. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this.
And
It did
And you're
come into
absolute-
my mind about like 3/4 of the way through or like midway through, and I was just like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
maybe I know. I think Danny mentioned it before, so I was like, oh, I think Danny said it was going to come at like the end of the movie, but it definitely like it makes the wait was worth it. Like, and
Yes,
it's good.
absolutely.
It doesn't make you like
Like-
anxious for it. Like, it just worked out perfectly.
And Ryan Reynolds goes, only took you 20 years.
Yeah.
They're right again on point
But-
with the jokes the entire film.
And you guys are absolutely right. It was his infant son Olin who played baby Pool, and it was his daughter Inez who played Kid Pool.
Yeah.
That
God,
was really good.
It's a family affair. I wouldn't let my kid cuss like that, but fine, whatever. It was still funny.
My friend, yeah, he was funny. Yeah, it was like well placed curse words with him. But with that Deadpool core moment, like the first watch, I thought again it was just a little too much in the moment. But this messed up Wolverine destroying Deadpool's like that was cool. The second time I watched it, and third time overall. But one more Wolverine thing, and comic book fans, I think, will really appreciate the homage to this Hulk cover. Speedy, like you got a copy. I don't have a copy of this comic. I was like, man, I wish I had a copy.
I don't. Either. I wish I
that
did.
was awesome with the brown and the orange suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
all of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's kids were in the movie.
Oh, nice.
All of them.
Oh wow.
Sorry about that.
That's good to know. It's good to know at this moment. No, good point. Good point. Good point. But Speedy, this was pretty awesome again, seeing the reflection of Hawk, and that was I think Ed Norton's Hawk. Incredible Hawk.
Yeah, I think so. And honestly, did it really matter? Did we really get a really good shot at the face of it? It could have been anybody's Hulk, I guess. You know?
I think it was Ed. Yeah, I think it was Ed Norton. Yeah.
Nobody was looking at Hulk too hard. Everyone was looking at
old man.
Everyone was looking at the John Byrne Wolverine.
Yeah.
We were just trying to take
all the moments. All the moments are great. The short one, the
Age of Apocalypse.
Apocalypse one.
Oh my God, that was my favorite one.
What was the one that he was
Which
like
one?
Crucified? There was one that he was hanging up.
Yeah, it's a classic cover. Yeah.
They did that in X-Men animated X-Men 97 too. They did it with Magneto.
They homage that with Magneto, right.
It just hits different with Green though.
Yes, absolutely.
Which one are you talking about, Jules? You said
that
which one?
The one. Isn't that the Age of Apocalypse?
Yeah.
No, the Age of Apocalypse was the first one with his hand cut off. One hand was cut off.
Oh, yeah.
And because you had the graffiti on the wall and stuff, like that was pretty cool. It was an uncanny X-Men. I know I have some comic fans in the chat. Music City so know what I'm talking about. The X. We're talking about the X that y'all talking about.
Yeah.
He's hung up on the X. So really cool stuff. Like I say, it's a geek dream this film is. I will say.
I love the one with the crazy hair too. I think that's a callback to one of Liefeld's comics.
Which crazy hair?
You're talking about the Age of the Apocalypse.
You know the Age of Apocalypse. Yeah. That's the first one. Yeah.
He had his hand cut off. I didn't even notice that.
Come on.
He was punching him. Yeah, he was punching him with
it. Comic accurate short king. Comic accurate.
Okay, that was funny.
That one was for the trolls 25 years ago.
Yeah, seriously. As someone that is short, they definitely made him way under like 5 feet tall. Because I'm 5.
That was like extra.
Way above.
They made him look like an elf.
This Ryan Reynolds, he was like, let's go extra with it. You know what I mean? Like, you want short Wolverine? Let's go, let's go all the way. So that was pretty cool. And to kind of round it off, because Ryan Reynolds throughout the entire film, he was happy to be in the MCU. Like he had some of the great one-liners when Wolverine, he's in the TVA. He's like, "Welcome to the MCU. You're coming at a low mark." I was like, hilarious, bro. Like
that was great.
So
when he was like, "Screw you, Fox. I'm going to Disneyland."
Yeah, he was like. Get fucked. That was hilarious. Like Ryan Reynolds is a mastermind with it. And so at the end, after they saved the day or whatever, let's go eat shawarma. And they go.
Yeah, call back.
The Avengers invented shawarma.
Mm-hmm. He goes to eat shawarma. I'm like, yo, that kind of capped it off pretty good for me. And And there's a lot of theories coming out. We'll use that for another stream to kind of talk about theories. But Laura is on this world now. They brought her out of the void.
Yeah. Did he have a line when he? I asked you guys because I feel like I missed this line. And did he say like, "Oh, we're gonna bring back everybody we lost at the end of the battle"? I feel like he said that.
He said to the TVA, "I have some friends that really helped us out. Can you get them?" And
I think they're all on this world.
Yeah, they are. So we still have Gambit, Jules. It's fine. Channing Tatum is here.
We have Blade. I think they're all gonna be back for Secret Wars. Yeah, I think they're all gonna be back.
Just so I understand, the last scene where they're all like eating and all together, that's now in the main timeline.
No. He's still on his Earth 147.
They saved Deadpool's world. 10,005.
10,005.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they saved Deadpool's world. The TVA was there to say, "Hey, whatever y'all did at the end there, the world is thriving now." So that's setting up
timeline of the MCU.
Do what?
He's still not in the main timeline.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly. He's not, which was a curveball for me because I thought for sure he'd end up in 616, but this is setting up Secret Wars and Doomsday because there's going to be competing worlds against each other. So likely be more X-Men on this world.
I just want to be sure. Do you not have a picture of shirtless Wolverine to show everyone for science?
You have to have that. So
too bad I missed it. Yeah, I only have a Jennifer Garner picture, which I cannot believe.
You don't want I will send it to you.
I mean, we're kind of past right now.
Bro, I just realized something. Think about that. Think about this uncanny Avengers team up for Earth 1005. Wesley Snipes,
Doomsday.
Blade.
Right. This is setting up because if people remember, Speedy, the Secret Wars, the original Secret Wars, it came down to two Earths.
Look at the team up though. X-23, Hugh Jackman Wolverine, Deadpool, Colossus, still in that. If he brought back Wesley Snipes' Blade, Jennifer Garner's Elektra, Gambit.
The X-Men should be there because this is before Logan.
What an awesome little. That's a 7 people. Team
that's
up
Avengers
right
vs. X-Men right there.
Yeah.
So
it's a mishmash of heroes and mutants.
Right. The original Secret Wars, Speedy, you remember it came down to two Earths.
Yep.
And if you remember that story, Dr. Doom, they thought he was the bad guy. He actually was trying to stop the Beyonder at the end. And I think that's what we'll talk about RDJ in just a moment.
Check your DMs still.
So let's change the topic.
Do you think he saved Johnny Storm? There you go.
But no, he didn't make it, bro.
But he said, if they could bring back the other guys, they could have brought back Johnny Storm. Sure.
I mean, they didn't get their skin pulled off.
He felt bad enough.
I'm just saying, Sil. Check your DMs.
So changing the topic here. But no, I do think though the premise. I got you, Dave.
Still not paying attention.
But I do think the premise, though,
doesn't care what the people want.
We're going to get elements of all the Secret War runs. Probably more of the most recent one with Battle Worlds. But that's what they set up in this film. They set up these different Earths. Now, Judah, just to answer your question, they set up these competing worlds because that's setting up Secret Wars. Now, RDJ is like a total curveball. Which we'll kind of get into right now. But one person that probably wasn't a fan of RDJ, I was a big fan. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But there's video, TMZ talked to Jonathan Majors about being replaced by RDJ. So let's throw that up.
Here's what he
Nice.
I mean, it was announced that Robert Downey Jr. was, being brought back from Marvel to play Dr. Doom. I mean, it looks like he's replacing your villain, King. I mean, are you hurt with the new
She's so rude.
that, Marvel is, going?
Yeah, heartbroken.
Hey.
You are.
What are you supposed to say?
Come on. Yeah, of course. I love him. I love Kang.
I mean,
Dr. Doom is wicked, though.
Oh, yeah. It is good. It's going to be good.
That kind of hurts him to say that.
Both Robert Downey Jr. and Ezra Miller have had, a history of trouble with,
Don't
law
even
and get
start,
arrested for
bitch.
felonies.
She's trying to get the juice.
I
She's
mean, you
working for
only had a
TMZ. She's trying to get that.
misdemeanor. Do you feel like
TMZ.
it's unfair
That thing.
that like you're not being given the same
That byline.
opportunities?
I
as
can't
them?
even listen to her voice anymore. She's so stupid.
I think it's fair that Mr. Downey is being and has been greeted with patience and curiosity and love.
Now the Majors
And
is
that
the
Mr.
best.
Miller's gotten the same treatment, and that they're being allowed to work their art. And
Ezra
be
Miller is
creative,
not working, first of all.
Yeah, what is he doing?
at that level, you know.
And Robert
Uh,
Downey Jr. went without work for over 10 years.
I'm not really. I didn't really.
Hold
I
on,
didn't really
Danny.
hit
I know
that.
you fired up.
So
I'm just-
you know.
Do you wish you had like the same opportunity as them?
I mean, that's hard. I mean, come on. Yeah.
I mean,
He's
why do you
classy.
think that's the case though? Like for them?
Yeah, leave him
You think that's the
alone.
case?
Yeah, this is going on Disney.
I don't know.
Would you want your old role back, like your old job back as King the Conqueror?
Kang?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I still think it's
I love
possible.
him. That's why I said I love him. I love him. I love Kang. Love Timeless. Love He Who Remains. Love him.
Let the man
Yeah.
live
That's
his
what the
life.
fans want. If that's what Marvel wants, let's roll. Hell yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I like
you know?
your response. Honestly,
Those good
I
responses.
like, before you go in, Danny, I think there were really genuine responses where he could have said no comment and just kept walking.
Well, he is trying to get his job back.
Yeah, sure.
Here's
But
the
it
thing.
seemed like it came from a really
The
humble
PR
place.
of
and,
it.
You know,
You gotta play the PR of it.
Right,
Yeah.
you got to play the PR game. And I saw stuff about this earlier, and like Godfrey came out and he called people, he said it was racism, and I'm like, listen, here's the thing though, Robert Downey Jr., all the people he listed off, they were blacklisted from work for a decade or more. If they got work, it was low rent stuff that barely paid the bills. They paid their dues. Robert Downey Jr. worked his butt off to get back to where he was, not just with acting, but personal growth. Like he became a very sober,
Let's not also
actively
forget-
sober person. Worked very hard for that. He didn't put his hands on nobody.
Right. Now
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert, people thought that Marvel was crazy to go after RDJ.
Yes.
But they were looking at low-hanging
Yes.
fruit for talent because obviously they couldn't get
Right.
Tom Cruise.
They had
So
to pay him much.
they weren't staying going with RDJ because of his history. Like Danny said, he's been a decade out of work. He also is not a woman beater. It's completely different circumstances.
Can we?
Right. Jonathan Majors just caught a case this year.
Well, can we be clear with it? Because like I said, I'm a fan of Jonathan Majors, right? And I know that relationship was toxic. Me and Jules had a lot of conversations about this.
Yeah.
But let's be clear. He was charged with something. That's why Disney let him go. Like if there was no public trial and the actual charge of misdemeanor, they wouldn't have let him go. So
And be sure
I
that
get.
I think they would have done this.
I get why for the PR. I get why Disney let him go. Like I understand.
Yeah.
If you're running a business, people don't think of like business at times. Like
You can't think
you
that
can't have Jonathan Majors
their
right
own
now.
diligence. They definitely made their own phone calls and looked into the situation themselves independently of the court. And if they found a real reason that it was a risk, they were going to let him go. There was no way they were going to ride with that.
Now,
reputation.
And they had a lot of other people, come forward and say he was abusive to me. I've witnessed him be abusive to this person, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, it's like verbal stuff that came up. Let's be clear. It's all alleged. We don't know the full story of like him putting hands on her. We have the video of him running away from her.
At the end of the
Now,
day,
again, I'm just saying.
He really made a mistake. He fumbled the bag.
He did.
He was in a bad a toxic relationship, and he should have left her a long time ago.
Right.
But I think I think right now, this interview is recent, and the way he's feeling right now, I think all those answers are genuine. Of course, he's heartbroken.
And
he fumbled the bag.
Of course,
and he see that they've moved on. Without him, he really enjoyed playing that character Kang, financially and at an artistic level. And you could feel bad for him, but.
And to respond to some of the questions in the chat, first of all, yes, what RDJ did was to himself. What Jonathan Majors did was to someone else.
Well,
And
allegedly.
where I feel, and I have been very public about this, where I feel that the justice system was pretty backwards on his case. Like, I watched and listened to all the evidence. Was he a toxic boyfriend? Was she a toxic girlfriend? Both. Absolutely.
Relationship.
Absolutely. But they how do I put this? They charged him with being a bad boyfriend when the charge was actually, did you hold this woman hostage and injure her, when the evidence showed the contrary.
He got charged for shoving her in a car. Let's just be real about this. A misdemeanor for shoving her in the car. Now, again, the degrees of it and things like that, he got charged. So is he doing the time for it? Yes, he actually is going through the programs and stuff. And I think Hollywood will forgive him. But right now, in the moment, Disney had to pivot. They had to pivot away from it.
Has he not won awards in the last couple of months?
That's what I'm saying. He's on his track back.
He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine.
And I think Disney will take him back eventually.
Eventually. But the problem is all the audio and video that came out that showed the things. Right. It was a little bit much for Disney. Well, were you a toxic boyfriend?
Charge.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the charge, Danny. That's yes. The evidence and stuff is open to interpretation too. I feel, but he was charged with a misdemeanor, and publicly they had to part ways with him. Right?
Yes.
So I get it. But if we believe in the justice system, he's doing his time for that. He's lost a lot of money, like I said, fumble in the bag, Speedy. So now going forward, yes, you have to distance yourself for business reasons, for promotional reasons. Some advertisers may not want to give Disney money if you kept Jonathan Majors in this moment, right? Yeah. So we get that. But just going forward, I believe he has a chance. I believe he has a chance to come back. Yeah.
But you've got to give time to get space away from it. That's what happened with Robert Downey Jr.
Doesn't he also have a film that he recently just finished filming with Paramount, and they're kind of like delaying that from coming out as well?
I think it's Magazine Stories or something like that. It's with Disney actually, or a subsidiary, and they're holding the film, but they're going to release it because he's about to do another film. He got announced for another role already. Like I said, he's on his way back.
Yeah. Just going back to the whole Kang scenario, right? Like that phase was horrible. Kang
that's the big thing that everyone is ignoring when they bring this up.
Use it as a plot device. It wasn't going to go full Kang.
Yeah, it wasn't.
They were going to remix that no matter what.
Was not working.
He Who Remains was wonderful in Loki.
Yes,
in the Loki series,
agree.
He was wonderful. Yeah, in that. Quantumania was hot trash. That it really was. He's good. Just the film was terrible. They cut out all
it wasn't his fault.
They did.
It was a bad script. So he did his job. He did it well. He acted it very well. But the phase was terrible. No one was gonna come see Kang. And it was weird. They kind of like showed him the first time on TV, so it kind of like downplayed his importance because it's not in a big film. It's like
interesting.
Well, and people still to this day struggle to separate or struggle to combine the TV movie world. Yeah. And that's what Marvel and Disney is trying to do. They're trying to combine and connect the TV and the movie world, but TV's always kind of seemed like the low budget version.
Yeah.
Being honest.
Yeah. And like I said, just overall, I think he'll get another chance at this, and that's really the point. And like I said, he's doing his time for it. So that's and like I said, he was great in the Loki series, for real. So we shall see what happens with that. Thanos was right, says Downey's Doom will feed families. Let's pivot to Doom because we got to do calm topics with Danny. We don't want to get Danny too fired up today. But
my face is like red. I just don't like paparazzi. Like they're normal people. Let them live their lives. You're just all up in his business while he's just trying to enjoy his day. And the look on his face, like I'm telling you this to be nice, but clearly I'm uncomfortable and I want you to leave. That's abusive behavior. Heifer. That's abusive behavior.
TMZ is trash.
Yeah, but you know what?
They are.
That's the arena you enter when you get to a certain level, unfortunately.
Yeah, that comes along with it.
That's unfortunate.
It's fortunate.
You're out there.
There still should be personal boundaries.
It was a lot worse 20 years ago.
Yes, it was. Rest in peace, Princess Diana.
Right. With the circumstances, I understand why Disney did the RDJ thing. So let's go to my now near viral
world colliding
announcement video
epicness. All of
Back
this,
in
Joe and I understand that we would need to make another essential movie first in order for all of us.
So just so you know, this was after Russo's was confirmed. We knew this probably a week or two before that they were coming back for the next couple of Avengers films. Really cool, Feige bringing them out. Hey, they're about to do Secret Wars. And then now they're talking about what they're going to do next.
To be ready for
Everyone enjoys Phil's excitement.
Already. They announced the Russo
Everyone
brothers.
listen for Sil.
Character that is required.
Oh shit! Oh,
we turned this down.
They confirmed Russo brothers already at San Diego Comic-Con, which is already a big deal.
Marvel is not introduced yet.
That was huge, yeah.
And it could be the most important character in all of the Marvel universe.
Oh my God.
This is nuts, right? It goes to Greek. Like, we knew it was Doom, right? As soon as they told Graham, like, yo, crazy.
They know how to sizzle the San Diego
Yeah, they
Comic-Con Hall H whenever they need to.
Just wait for Sil. It's adorable. There it is.
This is nuts. They got these guys coming on stage. Yo.
And the graphic changes and the thing. Wow.
Doomsday, bro. Is this the most badass title ever? Like, how is anyone mad at this?
It's like a middle finger to DC, you know?
Or as Deadpool called them, the shit fucks, apparently.
You're adorable.
I'm losing it.
Now, listen, if we're gonna bring Victor Von Doom to the screen,
Did you hear what they said?
He's one of the more complex
Victor Von
characters.
Doom.
Listen to them.
I mean, this is potentially one of the more entertaining characters in all of fiction. If we're gonna do this, if we're gonna bring him to movie theaters worldwide, then I think we're gonna need the greatest actor
Oh my God!
in the world.
I thought Will Smith when he said that. I was like, Will Smith.
What is wrong with you?
All right, let's
He's a
pretend
great
I'm turning off my camera. Hold on.
Now listen to what they say. Listen.
Okay,
Slap people.
ladies and gentlemen,
Listen.
as proof of the unimaginable possibilities in the Marvel multi-universe, we give you the one
Comment
person
every day.
who could play Victor
Von Doom.
Von Doom. They said it multiple times, yeah. He's playing Doom, actual Doom.
Cue Josh. And Josh Herrera.
So what just happened?
New mask. Oh my God! Same task. Yo!
Should have said new mask. Who did?
What is happening?
Nuts.
What is happening?
Like Robert.
This was so cool. That chant was insane. Insane, right? Pandemonium with that. And like I said, being in that room was over 6,000 people. You got press and everything, like pure joy. Y'all hear it for yourselves right there. But the conversation I'm seeing online, Danny, is, oh man, Marvel, this is desperation. How would they? Now, side note, as we talked about on your stream, Danny, we was anticipating RDJ is getting the bag for this, probably up to 100 million.
100
Now
million
reports
bucks.
are coming out, that's what he's getting because of the back end deals. He's getting 20 million up front per film, and then he's getting a percentage of the box office because it's going to
They
do
backed up
over
the
$1
truck
billion.
for him. Yeah. I mean, who doubts that?
the Russos too.
Beep.
It was
Oh yeah, yeah. Russo.
Russo's
Well,
getting
according to the
80
deal,
million.
Russo's they're getting producers credits on the film,
Yeah.
so they're getting
RDJ.
percentages from a
They
vendor.
ain't playing around.
I just want you guys to pause and reflect on this. Everyone in the chat, everyone who's watching this, everyone who hears this in the replay, whatever you wherever you're consuming this and how you're consuming it. Okay, look at the pivot that Marvel has done.
Yes.
And another subsidiary of Disney, Lucasfilm, continues to barrel through blindly without regard to the fans.
They're going full Leroy Jenkins on Star Wars.
They go full retard. And what happens when you go full retard?
Never
You
go full retard.
Okay? But Marvel, we're here for it. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
And
The same
if it's
people
desperation,
had
if it's desperation, well, you know what? Maybe that it was necessary. You know, sometimes you have
It was
to
a
make hard calls.
necessary, desperate move because
You know
they
what I
knew.
mean?
I
Maybe-
feel like
Feige
Feige, because Feige had delegated because things got too big, and I feel like he was like, you know what? I can't even leave you kids alone for 5 seconds.
There you go. Yeah. So he
So
did
now I
he
gotta
did-
take
he
it
said,
back
you know
over.
what?
Across the street.
He said no. He said no. We're gonna fix this.
Yeah.
You know,
We're gonna give the people what they want.
give the
Have
people what they
People
want.
have been begging
Mhm.
for him to
I
come
can
back.
see I can see Kevin Feige sitting in like conferences with all the headshots at Disney or Marvel or however how high he had to go with, and literally showing people screenshots of people's chats and comments
Like, you
of
see
things
this?
that they don't like. You see what they don't
see
like,
this?
King? You see what they said
see
about
this?
this? You see what they said? See
what do you think about
look all
that?
these. Look, we
They're
did this
questioning
research.
your
There
manhood
was
here.
1 billion something keywords saying can sucks. You know, or things like that. You know what I mean? Or who knows? You know what I mean? I could see him fighting in those rooms to make this happen. To get hey, we need to bring the Russell brothers back. Hey, you know what? Nobody really is gonna have the gravitas to do this Victor Von Doom the way we need him to do, except for
RDJ.
Mr. Robert Downey Jr.
The person
I
that
think he's
started
ready
the
to do-
universe.
and
This
we
is
can do
very
this now
poetic.
because
Yeah,
we've already
remember-
introduced the multiverse. And we did it with Multiverse of Madness. We did it with Spider-Man. We did it again with Deadpool Wolverine. And it's about to make $1 billion. This is the direction of our company going forward, our storytelling right now. Take it or leave it. He probably
remember-
threw down like that. And they said, sure, go ahead.
Remember that tribute they put in the credits of Deadpool Wolverine? Who was the producer for every single one of those films? Kevin Feige.
That's right.
Yeah.
We would not have the MCU today without those first
Yeah.
X-Men movies.
He did. He was,
We
the,
would
he was
not-
the producer.
He is the one who created all of this. He's the one who made them that first bag. Let him cook. Let him do what he is good at.
This is full.
No more
This is full
delegating.
circle.
Right.
Like you have RDJ started the universe with Iron Man, and you bring him as the person that supposedly ends it with Secret Wars. So this is poetic, really.
It is.
Overall, Ghostman says here maybe Quicksilver come back. He's on Deadpool's world. You remember in Deadpool 2, you saw McAvoy's X-Men. So I think they're coming back for the Avengers X-Men film, whatever they do.
Oh my
with
God.
that.
I
So-
really hope it's the original Quicksilver costume because it's stupid as fuck. And I just want to see
It was
it.
in WandaVision.
Yeah.
He had
Well,
it in WandaVision.
kinda.
Yeah,
I
Halloween
just-
costume. Yeah.
Right.
So, because again, we're talking about all the positives for this, and that's why I'm not seeing the negative because again, I was around 6,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't get me
that was
wrong.
cheering.
These movies might come out and we might be like, oh my God, what happened? You know what I mean? I doubt it.
Nah,
I doubt it.
There's no way.
There's only like a 5%.
My
4% chance of
grandma
that ever
called
happening.
me.
Your
Listen,
grandma?
my grandma, because RDJ came back. She said, "Oh, is he back now?" Like my grandma, bro.
Yeah, bro.
This is doing $2 billion.
As
How old
far
is
as
your
marketing, I know you work in marketing still, and Danny, you done a little bit, and of course myself. I mean, they sold this new direction just by this announcement.
Perfect.
So you know that
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a billion, another Billy happening as soon as the first movie drops,
$2 billion.
no matter what.
This
Just to
is
see
getting
what
$2 billion.
happens. Yeah,
Avengers
just
Doomsday,
to see what happens.
$2 billion.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, bro. Like,
And RDJ
insane.
just won an Oscar, so we know he has the acting chops. He's gonna kill this role. Absolutely kill it.
Oh, this man has had acting chops his whole life.
Academy
You guys
Award
gotta,
winning actor, Oscar winner.
you need to check out Chaplin. He did that when he was 27 years old. He played Charlie Chaplin at 27 years old.
Yeah, it's excellent
and it's impressive.
Yeah.
It's just damn impressive. The man is fantastic. I have no concerns. They're bringing back RDJ, the Russos, and the writers for Infinity War.
And the writers.
You know how much? You know how much probably comic books and storylines they probably showed Robert Downey Jr. to talk him into this, and he said, "You know what? This is actually a really cool character. Yeah, I want to do it."
I don't think they had to work.
Or they're probably not. Or probably not.
He's
been
teasing, and he's been teasing, it for the last year. The last year, any interview, he's like, "I'm just waiting for the call. I'm just waiting for the call."
And again, Speedy, I keep referring back to the original Secret Wars because Doom, he ended up not being the villain. He may have seemed like he was more of like I don't want to say anti-hero because that just seems lazy, but I think he's going to be that person where, in the first Secret Wars, Doom sacrifices himself to stop the Beyonder from destroying reality, right?
Yep.
I think that's what we're going to get.
I got it right
there. That's what we're going to get. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to get. Where you're going to think he's evil. Maybe it's like a Thanos-like approach, means to an end. And then I think he's going to be the one to save reality,
Maybe.
Yeah.
And that'll be a perfect ending for him. Really.
The last few days, you guys know, I've been verbally fist fighting people online telling me that I don't know Dr. Doom when all they have to do is look right behind me. And the first time we ever saw Doom's face is hanging on my freaking wall. Leave me alone. I love Dr. Doom.
Mm-hmm.
I love him.
Kino in the chat said $2 billion is basically like a pipe dream. Deadpool Wolverine is about to get $1.5 billion at least.
By this
RDJ,
weekend, right?
RDJ, not 1.5. RDJ was a bigger like that. Somehow, for just a pocket in time, we forgot Deadpool Wolverine was even out.
Yeah,
RDJ.
They really
back.
trumped the Deadpool Wolverine narrative.
I think $2 billion is possible
for a weekend at least.
Yeah, I think $2 billion is very possible because again, my grandma, bro, called me about RDJ. That's big. So with that though, like I said, I'm not seeing the negatives in this. And again, the factors of the Jonathan Majors situation, you kind of had to pivot hard anyway. They had to come up with this doomsday plot instead of King's Dynasty, right, Speedy? So
that's right.
It makes sense to me, But I guess I'm trying to understand the arguments against it.
It might have been in the background, that they already had Dr. Doom kind of in the play. They didn't know if they were going to give it to a new actor.
And it just escalated it.
And they were going to still go with the Kang thing and maybe, have Dr. Doom come out. They're still working on Fantastic Four. Who knows what the actual final play was. Allegedly, Dr. Doom was always in the plan all along.
Right.
But
yeah, I mean, having Secret Wars, Speedy, like you had to have Dr. Doom, and I hope it's God Emperor Doom. It has to be with RDJ. You got to go there. The person that takes out Thanos with one punch, you got to go there with it.
Yeah.
I do have one bit of a con, and this is probably a personal thing, but for me, Dr. Doom was always like an intimidating figure, right? Like he was a big guy, with the mask and all that. RDJ, like even we saw him coming out now with like the green suit and everything. He just looks so skinny and frail, and he has been looking like that more and more every year.
What did I just come back to?
I'm talking about the only con that I have about RDJ.
The Ozempic.
Yeah, he just looks frail and like older, and I know he's older, and that's fine. He's wearing a mask.
Channing Tatum needs to hit up RDJ and I'm gonna pump
I don't know if RDJ will actually like
with the Gambit accent.
Please,
I'm gonna pump you up.
Go ahead, Jules.
He needs to fill out
next time. We'll do it together.
It's like you can tell if there's too much padding on the suit. Like the neck is really skinny, like it just doesn't fit. But I don't know. I'm interested to see how they pull it off.
They'll put a fat suit on him or something. But
feed him some fried food.
He needs to like call up Hugh Jackman and be like, "Hey, how many chicken breasts are you eating every day?"
There's a world where Colin Farrell looks like an ugly fat
penguin.
disgusting penguin. So yeah,
hilarious. People are speculating now that with Fantastic Four, now before all this announcement, I actually talked about this with my patrons. They said the sources were saying we're expecting Doctor Doom to make some kind of post credit or some kind of cameo in Fantastic Four. That's before we knew it was RDJ. And so now you put RDJ anywhere near the Fantastic Four film, that's going to do $1 billion as well. And I'm not going to go in depth with the footage of Fantastic Four, but Galactus, like this big ass head came in. That was ridiculous seeing that in the footage. But I don't see that. Like, okay, so Jules, you were saying what's the one negative is you don't think he had a look, like you don't think he'd be imposing enough?
Physical,
probably highlight
the physical.
You could probably highlight Sheed's comment. Like, he doesn't fill the stature of Doctor Doom. That's perfectly put. He just doesn't. Yeah. That's my issue with it. I know he's going to hit out of the park regardless, but I would like to see him put in the work and build some muscle, probably more than he even did for Tony Stark, to really feel, become that intimidating figure. Because right now I'm like, bro, you're like super skinny. Like, I'm not scared of you.
But if you have like tech and armor and stuff, like
it depends on what they do with the suit, but like it's obviously it can't just be plain fabric like what he's wearing here. And
right now he just out swagging. That's just that's all that is. But again, I'm trying to understand the negative. You make a good point, Jules, but the desperation, I don't know. Yeah, they probably had to be desperate right now. I don't know, Speedy. That's kind of what I'm thought. I don't. Again, this was a good move of them doing this, right? If it looks desperate, I guess, they had to pivot off the game.
Sometimes desperation makes you do the best moves, like make the best move forward. So if it's desperation, well then, I wish DC had this kind of desperation. I wish Star Wars had desperation.
Listen, DC tried this. Okay, they brought back Michael Keaton, but they brought him back for the Flash, and we could see his wig lace. So that's where that went.
It was poorly.
It was the best thing in Flash.
He was, except for his wig lace.
I'm just saying. So we'll see. I know there's other people in the chat saying rumors that there's another version of Doom. I haven't really heard anything corroborated with that, so we'll see. Right now, according to the Russos, they're calling him Victor Von Doom. So I'm gonna go off of that until I hear something different with that. Danny, I guess again, I'm trying to, people saying it's desperate. I'm really not seeing that. Jules talked about the physique. That could be one thing. I'm trying to understand the negatives. I really see no negatives bringing back RDJ.
I don't either. I don't see any negatives, and I'm kind of getting tired of people attacking me on social media about it. So I'm sorry. The same people that are that were screaming for Julian McMahon to come back and play Victor Von Doom are now screaming.
What is he even doing these days? We don't even know what he looks like.
Probably just living his best life for all we know.
Sure.
But these same people that were calling for him are now complaining that Robert Downey Jr. isn't Romani, so he shouldn't be playing Victor Von Doom. Like, Latveria is a made-up place. Yeah, okay? Right. It's a made-up place. Calm down. It's fine. And we don't know Robert Downey Jr.'s genetic makeup, so leave him alone.
We have yet to have a Mexican Bane, so, like, who cares? Like, it's not that big. We can move forward.
You don't hear me complaining about it?
Right.
So, shout out to those in the chat. They sent me an article talking about this rumor. First off, shout out to WDW Pro. That's actually the homie. I gotta get him on the channel soon. He heard a rumor about another Doom, and it's kind of like it may be some kind of bait and switch going on here. We'll see. He's gotten more stuff than he hasn't. Gotten more stuff right than he hasn't. So I definitely gotta look into that more. But there's an idea that there's another Doom. So that's interesting.
Viggo Mortensen, they said.
That would fit. Yeah, that would fit with the theory again of you could do both Dooms. You can do the one that ends up kind of being a hero, which you use RDJ for that in the first Secret Wars, as far as in the comics. And then the second Secret Wars, Speedy, if you remember the Battle Worlds, that's more evil Doom, and maybe Viggo can be him.
Yes.
So You know, because if grandma wants RDJ, he can't be a bad guy the whole time. I'm just saying, like you gotta do
How old is your grandma?
She's 90.
Oh, wow.
She loves the MCU and Robert Downey Jr.
It's the general audience. Like it's just the popular. Like
Because my
everyone
grandma
knows
doesn't
RDJ.
give a shit.
RDJ transcends superhero films. Like he's just at that level now.
Not according to my grandma.
I mean, you know, I'm just saying, but I'm definitely gonna look into that. I may get WD dubbed on the channel, have him talk about this. I'll probably do that soon because that's interesting. I'll hit him up about that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. He says one of the quotes from the article. He says, "If you need to have RDJ do something fantastic, you need cover because what the film." That's a bad wording right here. He said he just can't be a cameo. That's not going to work.
No,
if he's more than a cameo, everyone's going to know he needs to be on the red carpet. So yeah, so he's going to have a big role. Again, the second Doom theory, we'll see. We'll find. We'll do more digging on that.
Hey guys, today's Wesley Snipes' 62nd birthday.
Wow, happy birthday to Wesley Snipes.
Shout out to the GOAT. Shout out to the GOAT there. Absolutely. So interesting. So we'll start closing this down off this potential revelation. But I mean, obviously, we're treating this as rumor. But like I'm gonna hit him up and we'll talk about that more. In the chat, any last minute comments or questions, throw it in the chat. And we'll kind of start closing this out. Anything coming up with you, Danny?
I posted a new channel trailer today, so there's that. There's a don't make that face at me, you little butt face.
Who did that? I've
posted a lot of short stuff. Like there is a breakdown of the Sizzler reel that was shown in Hall H for the Fantastic Four movie First Steps. So I've got a breakdown of that.
Can't believe we're not talking about that today.
I know, right? But also, guys, in a couple of weeks, I'm having surgery yet again. This one is literally going to take my leg apart and put it back together. So I will most likely be out for a while and I will miss all of this. I will miss every single one of you. So please I'll have my phone on me.
You'll be in the chat.
Yeah. So I'll be out for a little bit and I'll miss you all.
We'll have you respond from the chat, like
or just
long-winded.
Yeah,
but I won't be able to interrupt anyone or talk over anyone in the chat.
We all know everything's gonna go well.
It's gonna feel weird.
Absolutely.
Thank you, thank you, Speedy.
You're welcome.
I can complete my sentence. Wow,
no, because Jules is gonna step up for me, aren't you, Jules?
I'm gonna have to hold the fort down as the
she
only
might turn
woman
on the camera.
Maybe it's good y'all be separated. Yeah, maybe that's a good thing.
$450, so
hilarious. So we got Jaden Bird here saying, is the mutants going to be in Avengers Doomsday or Captain America Brave New World cameo?
Who the hell
so
knows?
In Doomsday, yes. Yeah, you're going to see Deadpool, Wolverine in Doomsday. And I think they're setting with that two-world thing. As far as Captain America Brave New World, I ain't gonna say they changed so much. There's so much misdirection with that film, but they confirmed adamantium's in the film. In the Comic-Con footage. President Ross, Harrison Ford, is talking about adamantium in the film. So I think you got to have some kind of mutant, appearance there. So we'll see. We'll see what that.
Does anybody else feel like this is almost having that similar feeling like Phase 1 did, like the excitement?
Yes,
like a restart. Like we're just going.
Yes, we are witnessing the resurrection,
exactly,
of the MCU. Deadpool really was Marvel genius. He really was Marvel Jesus, and this is the resurrection,
the Messiah.
And this is a good follow-up, bringing the Russos, the writers of Avengers, and
it was planned, ladies and gentlemen. You are witnessing marketing genius 101.
Because this is the perfect time to announce that you're on the high of Deadpool, Wolverine, and like boom, they're back.
Dude, remember all those times I was like, Feige's just doing damage control with those goofy interviews, a big cheesy grin. He knew the whole time he had a wad of $100 bills in his back pocket.
There's only one thing I'm afraid of Only one thing I'm afraid of, and that's
More
this
hubris?
This Captain America movie.
Yeah.
I'm really afraid we got to stumble backwards with this Captain America movie. but
I
we'll see.
felt some midness. I
Yeah.
think when we talked about the first trailer here on one of our shows,
Mhm.
the new footage they showed in Comic-Con, I'm walking away a little more. Like, they gave me more Red Hawk. Like
Okay.
I just need like
Yeah.
dumb action. Give me that.
We talked for a while about that. You were
You were excited about that.
I was not that
Yeah.
excited about.
No, you were not at all. You were like,
No?
dude, they showed more Red Hulk, and somehow
Oh, yeah, in
I'm on
Comic-Con,
board
yeah.
now.
How much
That's what
Red
I
I'm
Hulk
ready for it.
That's what I
show?
meant.
Less Sam Wilson,
Yeah.
more Red Hulk. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with the Sam Wilson character. Like, this will really
He's the star of the film, Jules.
I
You can't
missed
do less of the stuff.
depending on how this goes.
I want less of the leading character, and
I don't think people really like Sam Wilson's Captain America. They're
Put that
probably
comment
gonna
up.
have to-
Put
they're probably
TJ's
gonna have
comment
to
up.
give the mantle up to someone else.
I don't like
I'm not
TJ.
sure how it goes.
you don't like TJ? Is that what you just said?
Dang, TJ's
No, but-
one of your one
Damn,
of your bots,
TJ! Put a dislike. Holy
No, but,
ouch!
but I feel if they should have showed the footage
Feel
they
like you
showed
should
at Comic-Con,
apologize.
everyone should have seen that footage. Again, they show
Yeah.
Harrison Ford. He's the president. He's like at a speech. He falls down, starts hawking out. Like that's like a scene in the film. Like, why don't you show us this in a real trailer, right? Like,
Mhm.
I don't. And they gotta hype this
They're
up.
spreading it out.
TJ
They're
said,
spreading it
"Ouch."
But TJ says I should be more afraid of Thunderbolts, and I'm you know what? You might be right, my friend.
Of all the projects, because you think RDJ, Fantastic Four, they show Galactus.
I'd like to group Captain America and Thunderbolts together.
Thunderbolts had the less pop
in my iffy
Yeah.
area.
They had
In
to
that
bring
building?
They had to bring David Harbour out as Red Guardian.
to make a
This
fool of
great
himself.
team,
Yeah.
this great team, they're
Yeah.
wonderful.
I mean, it was a nice little shtick, but
Mhm.
it's like the buzz was not there for Thunderbolts at all. Like, I mean,
Nah.
Captain America got more pop because you brought out Giancarlo Esposito, you bring out Harrison Ford. The hype was there, and Anthony Mackie's hilarious. He's a cool guy. So he's trying to sell the film. as
You
best
tell
as
Tom
possible.
Holland. You tell Tom Holland.
Yeah, he said,
I got
Tom
fucking
Holland.
Harrison
Yeah,
Ford.
that was all. So he was playing it up.
Yeah.
Then Thunderbolts coming, everybody just like, okay. And then the footage for Thunderbolts was okay. Like they didn't show Sentry at all.
The
was
Florence
stupid.
Pugh is so hot.
She looks
She
great.
is
in
so
film.
hot.
They show her
Like
back
how
in action. They show them all kind of meeting together. They're supposed to take out each other. Then they realize, oh, we got set up. U.S. Agent looks cool. I mean, the film Thunderbolts looks cool, but you need more Sentry.
This is something you and I talked about privately. Also, I heard that Florence Pugh, and they showed shots of it, she jumped off the second tallest building in the world for this film as
goodness.
Going all
as
out.
Yelena.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
hope it's
She's
worth
definitely the star of the film. The way they're
Yeah, she
selling
likes to do her own
Thunderbolts.
stunts.
But it's just like Captain America. Like, I need more Red Hawk. For Thunderbolts, I need more Sentry. This is your Superman. Like, you better, what I'm saying?
Evil Superman. Yeah.
Scooby Doo this.
What if they're
somehow.
Scooby-Doo this shit.
So the hype was
How about don't act like this? There you go. That should be our new.
Yeah, don't act
Oh,
I'm
guess
just
what? We
saying.
never have to watch that show again.
Oh,
I
thank God.
never will. I think I canceled
never
Disney
will.
Plus after that. Neil 7 says Batman animated series tomorrow. Yes, Prime.
Yeah, baby.
Members level 2 and above on this channel, it'll be a watch party. Well, I don't know what time it drops, but I'm just gonna drop everything. in
Oh,
one
members
watch.
level
Moonsill,
2?
Rebel Moonsill.
Yeah, no levels 2
Members
and
level
above.
2 and above. So I
Yeah,
guess
level
I
2 and
can't
above.
watch.
And then
Okay.
second channel is one members level, but it all kind of evens out. Everyone except Danny can watch this. And then that's August the 1st tomorrow. Then August the 2nd, Speedy, yes, is
Yes.
Rebel
The
Moon.
director's cuts. We getting both of them or just one?
Both at the same time.
Oh,
I'll be doing
yeah.
a watch party on this channel.
That's a what? That's got to be like a
for that.
6-hour extravaganza right
the
there.
whole day.
Let's go.
I'll bring a bucket so I can pee.
That's deep. That's deep. Yeah, definitely. Y'all join the
I
panel.
like
On any of those
gratuitous
panels, definitely.
sci-fi action. There you go.
Wednesday crew is invited,
I'll
of
take
course, on those panels. Maria says, why do y'all think they went with Kang instead of Doom in the first place? Well, Kang, Marvel was sold on Jonathan Majors, just like the rest of us were. And they want to do like some kind of mini epic with him to set up Doom. Doom was always the play for Secret Wars.
Mhm.
It's accelerated it now. So yeah, they believe
I
in
think
Jonathan
they accelerated
Majors.
and doubled down on it.
Yeah, and Kang is multiverse. If this is a multiverse saga, Speedy, right? Like,
yeah.
Kang is perfect.
They were gonna do the Kang and then have some conflict with Kang and Doom, and they might still do that in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
but
I
definitely
wouldn't
Doom is the focus.
see Kang and Secret Wars or in
Yeah.
one of those upcoming Avengers movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they gotta bring Kang back. Like I said, in in some kind of fashion. Adamantium means we're going to see a new Weapon X movie.
Maybe.
It's got to be used in 616, right? Don't it has to be? Has to be, I think.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Anything coming up for you, Speedy, as we close this up?
No, man. We're just doing shows every Monday. Geek Culture Congress live on the Speedy Multiverse YouTube channel Monday nights at around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes 8:30. I don't know. We're a little flexible with that. But yeah, we talk about all this stuff. Talk to more about Deadpool Wolverine on the last show, and yeah, check us out, man. If you just want to consume the audio podcast, of course, just look for Geek Culture Congress podcast, and you'll find the audio version of what we do live.
And
yeah.
Speedy's links and Danny's links in the
such
description.
a good name for a podcast.
You like that name?
I love that name so much.
I toiled and
I'm so jealous.
Thought so much. So I thought I struggled so hard with that name, and I was like, and then somebody, my co-host Tarek, is the one who came up with that name, and he deserves all the credit. But when we first thought about the name, I was just like, I don't know, man. Congress is gonna sound like politics, but then again, as we're like over like 300 episodes now. So I mean, technically, the geek stuff is kind of like politics. It's kind of like talking sports talk.
There.
It's kind of like sports talk, you know. It's kind of like
It's probably just as bad, yeah. Like LeBron fans
almost as bad.
And Jordan fans.
Yep.
One other thing, talking about the comic book movie industry now, since it's like a whole other thing.
Yeah, that too.
Deadpool and Wolverine has shown that there is no such thing as comic book movie fatigue. It was a quality problem.
Amen.
This
there you go.
Absolutely prove that. Give us more content that we actually want to see.
It's quality.
It needs to be quality, high quality.
If the Deadpool movie was a Western and it was a great Western, people will still go out for it. But
exactly.
Then I regress. But it comes to like, when we had movies like Furiosa, what I mean, it's all in the marketing too, and the presentation and seizing the moment, staying on brand, getting your sequel out in a timely fashion, things like
that.
And
not being lazy. And not being lazy.
Right.
Marketing is very huge, though.
Not ruining canon. Sorry, Star Wars.
Learn a lesson from the Acolyte. Don't ruin canon, and don't let Chat GPT write your scripts.
Just like what marketing. Give the people what they want. Well, Furiosa, which is a fine film, Frank Miller, big fan of all that.
Mm-hmm.
But Mad Max fans wanted more Mad Max.
Yeah, nobody was really asking for a
I love Anna Taylor-Joy.
Great.
She's wonderful in the role.
It's almost honestly, it's almost an Academy Award winning movie to me. Some of the acting in the movie. I think it's awesome.
Good movie.
Yeah, but
the core fan base,
your mileage may vary, but yeah.
But I'm saying the core of Mad Max fans wanted more Mad Max.
That's right.
But you're like, you don't want that here.
It was the movie. It wasn't released in a timely fashion for people to care, and yeah.
And so Deadpool Wolverine. Oh, you want the real Wolverine? Okay, in a yellow suit. Yes.
Yeah.
You want more
with the mask.
Cool.
Exactly.
Like,
definitely.
Give the people what they want, and you'll make money. It's really simple.
Yep.
It's really simple out here.
We'll literally throw it at you.
Imagine if McDonald's just started changing how the way they make their Big Macs.
We're
gonna put one patty now.
Remember New Coke?
Lettuce,
New Coke, exactly, Danny. That's the best example of all this. You don't want regular Coke. Here's New Coke too. We don't want this Coke too.
Here's Pepsi in a Coke can.
It's like who asked for that? Okay, my bad. Let's switch it back. Like, what are you like? What was you doing?
Yep.
They took away regular Coke. That's how crazy that was.
And they brought
can't have it no more.
Classic on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they put Coke Classic. Yeah, then they phased out Coke too. It's probably in Atlanta still. They the Coke factory in Atlanta.
Yeah,
they probably still have it out there, but no one cares.
It's probably Coke Zero or something.
Coke
I think it's possible. It's all
sugar.
CGI, right?
All right. Maria says, "Do you think
they already made Red Hulk with the CGI? Why not make a Green Hulk for him to fight? There you go.
With the leader in the film, you gotta bring Hulk.
I always said this is a Hulk light movie. I always said that.
You got to do it. I mean, if that's your silver bullet for this, like like I said, more Red Hulk is great.
We're getting served Diet Hulk, so get ready for it.
Because he's still that professor idiot. Oh, man.
No calories, less filling.
I think this film's gonna bomb. But we'll see what happens with that overall. So we're gonna go and close this one out again. Danny's links and Speedy's links in the description. And Jules, you see her Twitter handle there. Watch her keep it real and talk shit on Twitter. Going forward for the platform. Right. When the Yankees play, I advise y'all don't jump in her thread.
Yeah,
talking crazy about the Yankees.
Talk about going full retard. My Rays just went all full retard, bro. Wow. It's deep.
But
on a run for the wild card spot too. It's just free. It's just wild.
It's deep. This platform, no episode with Retro for this week. She has to take a week off and get some stuff together, but we'll be back next week with Retro. We got more business with Keith. Videos dropping. We're going to talk about Warner Brothers failing. And we got, I'm working on like this comic book stream. More details on that. Gaming with Taladia. I haven't forgot about you, Taladia. He got some cool stuff to do as well. So we'll go and slide on out of here. Much love to Still Nation. Again, all the links are in the description. And we'll catch y'all next time.
Stay tuned.
Still doing to speak true as he bring the news. Coffee talk, stay brew, kick back, get real comfortable. Here to stay, no on delay, make sure I be's informed. On the road, on the go, playing ball on that pavement floor. It's the lifestyle right now, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Guaranteed all week's going to always be on time. That's my word, y'all heard from Il Divino Vega's mouth. What's the worth much more than what these networks talk about?